Loud and clear? All right, perfect, everybody. All right, just really quick before we get started, just want to kind of show you something really quick that's going on. I just showed you this is our trading room. And I'm going to invite every single one of you here to come join our trading room at the end of this presentation. Just want to kind of give you a little heads up what's going on. And right here, just on the left-hand side, these are all our traders. All right, here's all our instructors here in C2 staff. And do you guys see the stock symbol that's on the screen? Can everybody see that really quick? Just give me a yes or no. Okay. So the stock is EGIO. And here's my execution system. Now, we've been trading it. I'm in this position right here. You can see it right here. I own it at $1.38. Okay. And it started right around here. We started getting a push right around here. Now, you probably want to know why. How did it go up? How would we have known the stock was going to go higher? So I have a question for all of you, what we're going to learn in the next 30 minutes. What made you think that stock went up? Michelle, you're right. Chris, you're right. Jan, you're right. Anyone else? Andrew, we didn't. There's a few places where we caught it, but yes, you're a little bit right, Andrew. We did catch you off our scanner. Okay. Kevin, you have no idea. Okay. Well, let me explain to you what everyone's going to learn today. If you don't know what makes stocks go up and go down, you should not be trading. But you know what? That's okay. You're here now, and I'm going to teach you what it is. And basically, it's all about buyers and sellers. Now, before we get started, I want everybody in this room just to know that you're paying attention. And I want you to write the two letters B and S. Okay? B and S. Everyone put that in there. Just so I know you're paying attention. Now, good. Now, let's do the math here really quick. Some of you trade options, trade futures, whatever it may be. But let's think about this for a second. To buy an average contract on certain stocks, what do they usually cost? What does an average contract on an option might cost? Average, not cheap. What do you guys think? 65 cents. Okay. Not sure. Regardless. But the thing is this. EGIO, if you bought 1,000 shares at $1.30, how much money is that? At $1.40. Let me just do that simple math. If you bought 1,000 shares of a stock at $1.40, how much money is that? $1,400. Okay. Does that sound like a lot of money? Does that sound like that's a lot to put into an idea? Okay. Well, if you look at it right here, we converted that to about a $760 profit. And you know what I'm going to do right now? I'm going to go out there and take the profit. I'm going to click my position and I'm going to sell it. And I locked in my profit. I'm out. Okay. Sold it. And there's my trade. Okay. At 208. Now, you're going to probably want to know why. Fausto, why did you sell it? Maybe it was going to go higher. Okay. Maybe it won't. But I'm going to teach you all why we got in these trades and how we found them. Stocks like, let me just bring up this P&L right here and show you got. Stocks like Moderna. Okay. Stocks like here, let me show you intraday chart. OBLG. Stocks like, oops, what'd I do? Made a mistake here. I X out of it. And then there's stocks like this one, which is probably the most important trade of them all. Okay. And let me explain to you what I mean by that. What is everyone's biggest issue when it comes to trading? What's the biggest issue? The mindset, Andrew. Okay. Fear of losing. Exactly. Trading is an 80 to 90% failure rate. Okay. So It's the fear of losing that people have an issue with. Nobody likes to take a loss. Okay. So the SMFL, you could see I took a $70 loss on 1,000 shares. Okay. It was at 128. You know what? Was that a bit? Was that a loss? I didn't want to take a $70 loss, but guess where it is now? Look how much it dropped. It dropped all the way to $1.08. $1.08. $1.08. So that wouldn't have been a $70 loss. That probably could have been close to a $300 loss, right? So when you kind of think about it, like, wow, you know what? $70 is not that bad. Better than 300. But how many of you here get caught selling your winners too soon and selling and getting out of your winners too soon and selling your losers holding them too long? That's what we're going to cover today, ladies and gentlemen. And that's what we're going to focus at. We're going to focus on. So today we're going to talk a little bit about how the 2024 election will impact your trading portfolio. Because will it? Will it not? I'm not here to be political. I'm not here to talk about politics. But at the end of the day, okay, certain policies are going to make certain industries move. Okay. If you saw what happened yesterday, what happened with all the medical stuff or the insurance companies, medical insurances, they took a big hit because they said that Kamala Harris won the debate on Tuesday, and she wants to eliminate all all insurance companies and be more of a socialist, one payer system. And didn't go too well with those stocks. But there are good things that she also said that made other stocks went up, like solar stocks, FSLR. So the thing is this: as a trader, if you're a Trump fan or you're a Kamala Harris fan, or maybe just an EGIO fan that we just traded, I'm going to show you exactly how they go up and go down, and is due to buyers and sellers. And that's what it's all about. Now, before we get started, just kind of do a quick little disclaimer. I'm just going to tell you, I'm not making any guarantees or promises. All our things varies from student to student, but I do recommend please be smart before you trade, because there is a very high risk in trading. Now, these are a couple of things we're going to talk about. I'm going to talk about how to find these stocks. I'm going to talk about how to follow the big buyers and sellers, the entries and exits like I just showed you just now, the tips to trade in any market condition. If it is if it is the election, if it is earnings announcements, if it is this, if it's the CMI, whatever it is, any of the economic calendars that come up, the CMI numbers, anything. You could trade every day, the high and lows, the big percentage gainers and losers, all that stuff. So going into the market, there are a lot of big stocks that are moving. And just going there really quick, everybody likes to watch NVIDIA, right? But is NVIDIA really better of an investment to trade right now? Would you rather trade a $118 stock that's up 1%? Or would you have rather traded a stock like EGIO that's up 100%? At the end of the day, do you really care, right? Or are you here to make money? Or more importantly, not to lose it? Now, let's look at the stock EGIO. What's happening to it right now? Can anybody tell me? What's happening with the stock right now, EGIO? Let's see if you guys are following along. It's going down, right? So we sold the stock right here. How good? Now, was that a good trade or was that a bad trade? It was good. It was really good, right? Because you know what? We still would have made money, but wouldn't it be nice to get out at 208 than getting out here at 176? You understand? Now, are these low risk value stocks risky to trade versus NVIDIA? Well, Andrew, let's think about this for a second. If you were in the real estate business, and I assume a lot of us bought a house, you're not buying the house for yourself, okay? You're buying it to make money. If you bought a $100,000 house or $1 million house, and either one of those houses is going to make you $50,000, would you rather tie up $1 million or would you rather tie up 100,000? You understand? So when you're trading, I have no allegiance to EGIO. I have no allegiance to NVIDIA. Okay, because you want to know a little bit about NVIDIA. Do you follow me on Instagram and TikTok or YouTube? Any of those? Anyone here follow me on any of those stations? If you don't, we're going to post a link up there. Watch my video that I did on NVIDIA. I probably did about 15 videos on NVIDIA. I got so scrutinized. People were bashing the hell out of me when I told them that you better get out at 140 and you better be drooling that you got out at 135. And you know why? Sellers. Because on that day, on that video, it went from 140 down to 90. Now, yeah, it's at 119 right now. But you know what? Wouldn't it be nice to get out at 140, and buying it at 190? So every single stock trades exactly the same. That's what I'm going to try to teach you. It's all about risk to reward. Now, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk a little bit about the market. Here's my answer. I don't care what side you're on. I am all about just making a day's pay. Like all of you just said, you comparing NVIDIA is like comparing NVIDIA to the Republicans and, EGIO to Democrats. So like, well, what, isn't one more riskier than the other? I think I really care as a trader. Personally, everyone has their own opinion regarding about policy. But as a trader, if I don't know what one policy versus the other, and I'm on the wrong side, you think I want to hold that stock and lose money on it? And that's what you have to understand about trading. Those opinions of what happens is going to affect your portfolio, and you have to take it very seriously. So that's how in my opinion, that's how the market really works. Now, how do I know it, in my opinion? Because I live here on Wall Street and I was trained by some of the best traders in the world. I live here in New York. I was a market maker. I've been through the worst of the worst. This only happens every 4 years, but I've been through Hurricane Sandy. I've been through the financial crisis. Everyone obviously knows COVID, Those catastrophes make opportunities. And that's what you have to understand, that you're on one side, and make sure you're not on the wrong side when it comes to trading. And that's the main reasons why 90% of traders fail in trading, because not like you, because you're the smart ones. You guys showed up here today, all right? And I'm very honored and privileged to talk to people like you. Been doing this for 30 years. I love my job. I love teaching people. You know what? I hate seeing people lose money in trading and blaming someone else. Oh, I lost on that stock because of that jerk, slept with that, had to resign or did a stupid policy. You know what I mean? Or this one or that one. Listen, there's no one to blame but yourself. Okay. And the reason why is like driving a car. It's like driving a car. There's always someone to blame why someone got into an accident. If everybody was doing things perfect, no one would crash. But if you got into an accident, you know right away and say, oh, yeah, he came down the wrong way. Oh, yeah, that guy was drinking and driving and he did that, whatever it may be. But trading without proper education, without a proper guru, without a proper team, like I just showed you, I'm going to invite all of you in, you're trading blind. And that's why people fail. So how have I been thriving for over 30 decades of teaching people? I follow the big money. And that's what I'm going to show all of you. Now, before I do that, let me explain a little bit about myself and who I am and why you should listen to me and why I've been doing this for so long. I founded Cyber Trading University 30 years ago. I started one of the first educational schools in the industry of trading. I've competed with every of the top schools in the industry. I beat every single one of them. Tomorrow, I'm flying out to Toronto, and I was doing another Traders Challenge, but I got bad news. Nobody wanted to compete. So I don't know if I should put that as a 13 or a default. Okay. Believe it or not. Okay. So I will be in Toronto for the money show again. Like I said, I was supposed to do a traders challenge. I got caught last minute that everyone that wanted to do it opted out not to do it. And the reason why they do it because they're afraid to lose, which is not a bad thing. It's okay. I understand. But losing is not a bad thing. As long as you know why you did it, you won't do it again. But I like to go, I go up against anybody I can because the thing is this. Everybody focuses on the past. I'm going to teach you how to focus on the future. And as a gift, as of right now, I'm going to give everybody a copy of my book just by listening right now. So if everybody can, I'm going to give you my personal email address at faustop@ctucorp.com. Okay. Now, what all you have to do is open up your email, send it to me right now, Fausto P, and say, I don't know, send me your book. Okay. Hit send. And basically, you can pay me $47 right now. You can go to Amazon, or I give it to you for free. And let me tell you, you're going to love the book. It's a colored book. It's colored. It's a fast read. It's going to teach you everything of the basics of how to beat traders on Wall Street. And how do I know that? Because I was one of them. Because these guys are ripping you off, and that's why they're the richest people in the world. Okay, Elon Musk is the richest person in the world. But when they look at the top 100 people out there, okay, those people in the top 100 are in the financial industry. And that's what you want to learn. If you want to know their game, how it's being played, here's your opportunity to get it. John, I just got your registration. Welcome aboard. Appreciate it. I'll get you your book. Rick, I got yours. George, I got yours. Yeah, guys, just send them over. I'm going to email you right now. Just while it's fresh in your mind, just send me a quick email right now. Okay. Now, how I got started is just this photograph probably explains a thousand words. I was one of these kids that started when I was 22 years old. It was a big article in Forbes magazine, a bunch of kids tormenting Wall Street. That's actually a friend of mine. We used to make money trading on those monitors. Okay. Now, what I want you to look at is this. Just look at this for a second. Okay. Does everybody see that right there, that monitor? Do you guys see any charts on there? You guys see any charts? No. What do you see? What do you like realistic? I know it's kind of difficult to see, but what realistically do you see on that? Order flow, the tape, right? Numbers. Those numbers is what move the market. That's what you look at. Louise, thank you very much for sharing that. I appreciate that. I think everyone's going to kind of appreciate what you just wrote. Just put copy and paste that for Louise. I'm already a member of CTU. Thank you very much, Louise. I really, very, very nice of you. And you know what, Louise? I'll tell a little story about you a little bit later, Louise. Okay, but you're all gonna get to meet her. You're all gonna get to meet her. She's in the trading room. Wonderful woman. Fellow Canadian out there. Actually, hopefully you'll be up there when I meet you. But the thing is, I love changing people's lives because there's no reason why anyone should be making these mistakes. Now, let me clear this out. And there we go. It's a couple of people. Keith. Oh, here you are. Okay, everyone's registering right now. There you go. Keith, I got yours. Just looking at it right now. Keith, Kathleen, Ed, Joe. There you go. Michael, Alan. Perfect. Got all your emails. Good. Send them in. I'll send you my book. All right. Now, you can see from this photograph, I've surrounded myself with some of the biggest traders in the industry. I had the privilege to ring the closing bell with Mr. Forbes right there. Actually, the funny part is you would think Mr. Forbes rang the bell several times. That was the first time he ever rang it. That's me in the back raising my hands, chopping away, ringing the bell that time. But listen, great traders surround themselves with great traders. I'm also a regular speaker at the NASDAQ Center, teaching you something that they want you to understand. Now, I don't work for NASDAQ, okay? But I've done presentations with them for several years because they want an outside person like me to teach you how to trade order flow, how to follow the big orders. Why is that? Because that's how NASDAQ started, okay? And if you don't know how to read the exchanges, how they work, you're trading blind, period. Now, and that's where it comes down to it. Now, listen, this is not about me, okay? I'm not here to put all the feathers in my cap and tell them I'm the best in the world and this, that. I don't like egotistical. I don't like people that are egotistical. I don't brag about making money. I don't do anything about that. The bottom line is this. It's not about me. It's about you. You're here for one reason, is to see, okay, Fausto, could you teach me how to make money, how to do it? Could you teach me how to think for myself? There's a phrase in the Bible: feed a man a fish, feed him for the day. Teach a man how to fish, you feed him for life. And that's what I'm looking to do here. I want to teach you guys all how to trade for the rest of your life, because that's what my parents taught me. I'm first generation Italian. I've been married for over 26 years. I got 3 wonderful boys. My parents always taught me, and they said, Fausto, there's the land of opportunity. They never had $1 in their pocket when they came here. They had $20 in their pocket. But they said, listen, go out there, do what you love, and learn from people that are really good at what they do, okay? Because that's how you're going to be successful in this industry. And that's exactly what I did. And that's why I'm here today, because I want to make you one of those people too, because I don't want you to be part of that 90% failure rate. So now let's talk about all the uncertain times that we're having. Big question is this: where will the market top off? Are we going to hit the top? Are we hitting the bottom? Listen, it's been very, very volatile lately. And, I really, honestly, really don't care. I really don't care, other than, what happens over the course of the day is what trickles into a swing trade and what trickles into a long-term trade. But you should know what industries are going to affect certain sectors. If it's defense, if it's AI, if it's energy, metals, infrastructure, whatever it may be, because those things that you're in positions right now, depending on where where it sways more, Democrat or Republican, is going to affect your portfolio. And I think that's what you're going to need to do. Now, us day traders, we're going to, which also swing trade, we're going to see it on a real-time, minute-by-minute basis. And what happens is, you see what happens over the course of the day, it does trickle in the long-term effect. So the place that we find these stocks, and this is where we're going to start getting into more of the education part about it, is we focus mainly on the big percentage gainers and losers. Now, let me just tell you this. I had no idea that the insurance companies, the medical insurance companies, were all taking a hit at the same time. Other than realizing, we're listening to the debate and seeing who won and seeing what Kamala Harris's idea was, it affected those stocks. Now, listen, like those companies, hate those companies, being, saying, oh, those people should lose all the money. I get it. You don't have to tell me. But as a trader, I'll short the damn thing. I'll short it. You know what I mean? Why not? I'm not going to take, it's nothing personal. This is a game. This is a sport. In football, players have their best friends playing different teams. And when they play against each other, you think they're going to play two-hand touch? They get paid to win. They don't get paid to lose. But you as a trader need to know what's moving in the market at all times and what industries. And not only that, but I even invented a clock about it. Even a mouse pad. Best times, worst times to trade, all that stuff. Because it does affect when to get in and when to get out. And not only that, understand something. Trading is not a full-time job. There are good days to trade and there are bad days to trade. There are good months to trade and there are bad months to trade. But you need to know where to look. But you know what? That's the easy part. You know what the hard part is? I need to convert all of you here to learn something what I'm going to show you right now. Now, listen to me now, ladies and gentlemen. What am I about to show you? And I say this to everybody I do events with. You're about to see something that is the most disturbing thing that ever affected your trading. Now, why is that? Because you're going to say, like, wait a minute. Why didn't I not know this before? And you might even say, wait a minute. I just spent several $1,000s taking classes, hours. This makes absolutely perfect sense. Why is nobody talking about it? And I'll tell you why. Because they're not traders. They were not a market maker. They never worked at a trading firm. Okay. I'm not a gym teacher, AK now trader. I'm not an engineer, AK analyst now. Okay. I worked on the floor. I know exactly what these people do. And this is what you're about to learn. So now pay attention, ladies and gentlemen, because this is what's going to teach you and show you not to focus on the past, but I'm going to teach you how to read the future. And that is why I've done so many events and done so many public speakings. Now, let's talk about something called NASDAQ Book Viewer. Okay. I call this level 3. Now, I'm going to do a poll question really quick right here. Do I have access to the polls? Yeah, I do. Okay. So maybe not. I'm going to post a poll. Someone post a poll. I want to know, does anyone here have level 3 quotes? I want to do that poll. There we go. Okay. We got a poll question up there. Jim Mark, you got my email? Good. All right. Ricardo, Andrew, Keen, I got your, was it Keen? I got your email. Perfect. All right. We're just going to do a poll. Now, listen, don't be embarrassed. Don't be shy. No one's going to make fun of you. Okay. It's a simple yes or no question. You know it or you don't. Do you have it or you don't? Okay. Listen, we got like almost 100 people in here. I don't understand why most of you not answering the question. Just answer the question. It's a yes or no question. Okay. If you don't answer the question, you know what that tells me? You're not paying attention. You're not paying attention. John, just put it in the poll. All right. I'm going to end the poll. I'm going to share this with you. Okay. Now, remember what I just told you. Trading is about a set 80 to 90% failure rate. You got 70% of you that say no, 5% are not sure. I'll take that as a no. It's up 75%. Some of you are saying yes because some of you are students in here. Okay. And you're not supposed to answer the question, but it's okay. All right. So let me stop sharing and let me tell you exactly what we're looking at. You are now viewing every single buyer in the entire world that want to buy Tesla. This is every buy out there and every sell order out there. You're seeing every amount of orders that make up that buy, how many shares, and at what price. Now, this is how it works. Whoever wants to buy the stock for the most amount of money is up top. Whoever wants to sell for the least amount of money is down at the bottom. Whoever wants to sell their shares of Tesla for the least amount of money is up on top. Whoever wants to sell for more money is down at the bottom. So what you're looking at is one big chat room of everybody around the entire world that trading Tesla aggregated in an order. Now think about that for a second. You're seeing everything. Imagine going buying a house, right? And they say, put a bid in. I'm like, well, I don't know what to put it in. Where's everybody else buying it? Oh, we can't show you that. We can't show you that. Why not? I don't want to go out there and pay for something more than I don't have to. I want to be competitive. Well, guess what? You weren't competitive until today. Now, let me show you how we use this data. Okay. Let me clear this out. And there we go. So how do we use this? You got to understand something that 95% what you just saw is garbage. There's only 5% you got to focus on. And that 5% is what we call iceberg orders, big block orders. Now, what we're going to be looking at is where we're going to be seeing big orders in the stock by knowing where the big buyers are and where the big sellers are. Now, there are a lot of big buyers and sellers on both sides, but we're going to focus on those buyers and sellers. And how do we do that? icebergs. And that's the word of today. So let's go check out some examples. Here we're looking at a stock PLTR. It doesn't matter the stock symbol, but let me show you what we're looking at here. We're looking at an intraday chart, and we're looking at a stock went from a price of, hold on, you might check out. Yeah, I like my lines better. Okay. We had the stock that went from a price of $30, came all the way down, stopped over here around this 29.40, around, I don't know, 9.40, and then shot straight up to a price around 30.80. Now, a question, why did it stop and went up at 29.40? What basically made that stock go up, everybody? What drove that stock up? It's a question. Buyers. All right. Can everyone put that in the chat room? Buyers. By the way, if everybody could just click where it says send to, because some of you have it on private, you could just click on everyone, just above where you chat. If you could do that. Buyers, 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 buyers. Now, do you see buyers on a chart? No, I don't see any buyers on a chart. There's no buyers on a chart because the chart is from the past. But when we look over here on the exchange and we work our way down and we look at all the buyers and we look at all these tiny numbers, but I see this big number right here, which is this number right here. You got 238,000 shares looking to be bought at 29.36. Now, I don't know about you, but does 200 shares make a support level? It could. But I could tell you this. The way I look at big support levels is not when I look at the average, everyone's showing 200, 300, 100. But when I say 236 to 238, you damn well I'm going to assume that's a big support level. Because you have to understand something. Support level does not exist unless the buyer is out there bidding for it. You are all looking for supports and resistance levels. But how do you really, really know it's a support level? I mean, how do you really, really know? The only way you're really going to know if that buyer that was in the past is there in the future. And that's how it works. Let me show you another example. Let's look at resistance levels. Here we're looking at Tesla. Goes from 212, and once around 1230, it hits a price around 222, right? I don't know why I picked 222, because if you didn't know that and didn't get out, now it's down to 27, 218. How many times have you bought a stock and be like, damn it, why didn't I sell it sooner? Why did I hold on to that stock? Well, did you know you were coming up to an 82,000 share seller out there? I mean, there are sellers everywhere. 3,000, 2,000, 3,000. I mean, it sounds like a lot. I don't think anyone here's dropping 3,000 shares at $220, $250,000, right? But there's somebody, and it does sound like a lot, but when you're saying, wait a minute, 82,700 orders make up the 82,000. That's a lot of damn people out there around the world that want to get out of 222. And this is like politics, okay? Let me throw politics into this. I'm a huge fan of Tesla. I love Tesla. It's the best car in the world. I am anti-gas. Everyone should have a Tesla. I'm buying Tesla. I'm buying Tesla. I'm buying Tesla. Okay, great. That's great. But when you got someone out there on the other side that wants to dump it, I don't care. When you let your personal feelings get involved, that's when you lose. It doesn't matter what you think. It matters what the 734 people out there that are trying to get out that make up 82,000 shares. Because are you in the business because you love Tesla, or are you in the business to make money? No, you know what you're in the business not to make money, to stop losing it. Because what happens if you bought at 222 and now you're down at 218? You're like, oh crap, I just lost 5 points in an hour, whatever it is, 2 hours. We don't want to do that. Let's look at a couple more. But by the way, did I lose anybody yet? I'm just going to check back and just want to see, is everybody following along? Because I didn't see anybody logging out, which to me is great. Okay. When I usually, you know what happens? You listen to a webinar and like people like you're logging out, like, this is boring. Guys know what he's talking about. I haven't seen anybody getting out. Everyone's good. Jen, everybody's good. All right, good. Ed, Charles, Kevin, you're all good. Perfect. Good. You make me feel better. The better you make me feel, the more excited I'll get, the more I'll show you. Let's look at NVIDIA, because one of you asked me like, well, why not trade NVIDIA? Okay, listen, NVIDIA is going down, right? I don't know if anyone here owns NVIDIA, but like you own NVIDIA, it's going down. Where do you buy it? Where's the support levels on NVIDIA? What do you need for the stock to go up? Traders? What do we need? Yes, we need buyers, right? We need level 3 kills. Oh, now, okay, we'll just hop in and look over and see and check on level 3. Now, where do you guys see a big buyer on NVIDIA? Where do you see a big buyer? I mean, do I have to spill it out? I put the arrow there for crying out loud. You got, how many shares are out there looking to be bought? Let me bring up my calculator here. How much is the price of the stock? 108, which is do simple math. About 202,000. I'm going to times that by 202,000. You got $21 million out there looking to be bought. Marty says 200 million. Now it's almost $20 million, right? Wait, now you got me confused. Did I make a mistake? All right. You got me nervous. 108 times 202,000. 21 million. There we go. This is not pocket change. You're not dumping 21 million, but there are 168 people out there are not dumping it, buying it. I meant buy. What do you think is going to happen when we get down to 107.50? Do you think the stock's going to go up or is it going to go down? Because it was going down on the chart. Yeah. Well, there's the number. There's the number. I forgot I put it on the next slide. There's your number right there. Stock went up. And it shot up. And it went from 108. Look, it's at 116. Happened yesterday when the market was crashing. And then everyone's like, well, do I get it in NVIDIA now? Is it too late? I mean, like, why did it go up? Because of these buyers. Let's look at another example. Apple launched a new iPhone, right? Ooh, it's going to probably be the next thing sliced split. Every time Apple comes out a new phone, the thing comes out, right? Okay, great. Why is it going down? Right? You bought it and you're like crapping up. You're like, oh my God, what do I do? Do I get out? Oh my God, I'm losing money on this position. What do we need? What do we need for the stock to go? Is it going to zero? We know it's not going to go to zero. There's always a buyer out there, right? Where is it going? Where is it going to go? Well, 218, we got some buyers out there. Not as big as NVIDIA had, but listen, 300 shares, 500 shares, 200 shares, 1,000. But when you get all the way down here to 218, you got 116,000. Now, you're probably, if you really think, let me explain something to you. The NASDAQ exchange makes up about 50% of the volume in the market. There are other exchanges out there, the New York Stock Exchange, the CBOE, other exchanges. It's the biggest exchange in the world. Okay, they do the most volume in it, especially in Apple. Probably you didn't know that. That everybody does their transactions through the NASDAQ exchange. So you're looking at this, you'd be like, that's all they want to buy? Right? You ever thought about that? You're like, wow, that doesn't sound like a lot. Like, why would someone want to buy 200 shares at $221.24? But you know what? That's why they're in decimals. But when you get down to that 218, all bets are off. So what do you think is going to happen when you see a quarter, $25 million worth of stock looking to be bought at 218? Stock goes up. Now, did I lose anybody yet? Think about this for a second. How much smarter and better trading decisions would you have made if you knew that you were in a position and you had a huge seller out there that was trying to dump it. Would you want to own a stock when you got Wall Street dumping the crap out of it? Or would you want to sell a stock knowing that you're coming up to a huge buyer out there? I mean, like, wouldn't that give you better and smarter trade decisions to do that? Because that's what trading is all about. Gillis says it changed everything on my trading. Absolutely, Gillis. John says, so where do you get this order flow info? Great question. I'm going to tell you in about another second, John. So make sure you got your keyboard ready, because I'm going to give you my email address again. I'm going to tell you where to get it. Let's look at Broadcom, AVGO. Okay. Now, the next biggest problem people have is they just don't know when to take a profit. I said it before. How many of you here sell your winners too soon and you hold your losers too long? Well, the thing is this, you got to have, Gillis says, I do. Well, we're hopefully going to fix that. All right. Because this is going to probably be the last lesson or training course you're going to need to take, with anyone else to kind of turn the page. So AVGO, what do we need to do? Find where the sellers are. Where the sellers are, I notice here on the right, there's about 160,000 shares looking to get out at 150. Okay. Now remember, the stock started this morning at 142. 150 is a lot of money. But some people, analysts, are saying, oh, this is going to go to 170, 180. Okay, great. That could happen. But let's get through 150 first. Okay? Let's get through that another $25 million worth of stock looking to be sold there. Because if you didn't, guess what? Not only did it on the single day, it did it on the second day too. This guy was out there. These traders of 15 orders out there were out there for several days. Why go out there and compete against them? Let's look at another one, ARM. Another stock, great news, going up. Big, stock had a big push, which, by the way, if you notice, I'm doing this on all brand name stocks. The difference between the stocks I'm doing now, then I showed you the stock like, the other ones, it's just you're just risking less money. ARM, big seller at 72. What do you think is going to happen? I don't trust the 500 shares, the 2,000 shares, but 72,000 at 138. You're damn right. Well, from what the chart tells me, doesn't look like it's doing that. It looks like it's going higher. I'm going to hold on. Well, what do you think is going to happen next? We're at 138. $10 million worth of stock looking to be sold. Boom, it goes down to 132. How much does that suck, right? And don't tell me it's never happened to you. It happens all the time. You just need to know how to play the game of trading. Now, the question that one of you just asked me, John, where could I find and get this NASDAQ book viewer? Now, let me explain something to you. What I'm about to show you right now, okay, and where to get it is not, it's not Fausto's software. This is not somebody's execution system. This is directly on the exchange. Now, let me explain something to you. When I started trading 30 years ago, like some of you today, for me to get this data, okay, you had to be licensed. You had to work for somebody. No longer that is the case. Now you have a seat on the exchange, and this is how you're going to get it. I want you all to email me, and I'll tell you why. I am not going to tell you where to get it on the exchange for one reason only. You'll end up buying it or getting it, and you're not going to know how to set it up. The defaults are all wrong. There's no support. NASDAQ doesn't work for you, okay? They're doing you a favor, believe it or not. So that's one of the reasons why I do so many presentations for NASDAQ. But I'm going to show you where to get it. I got 2 5-minute videos I'm going to give you. That's it. And I know everyone could spare 5 minutes. If you could spend an hour here, you could spend an extra 10 more minutes. Go out there. I'm going to show you how to get it and how to set it up and how to use it. 3 very important tools. So if you're interested, email me now and make sure you tell me your first name and last name, because some of you, I mean, I'm looking at you. I don't know. Some of you are calling yourselves traders. I don't know who you are. But give me your first name and last. So if long your first name and last name comes up, because I don't like calling people by their first name too. I want to make sure I know who you are. And by the way, if you have any other questions you might want to drop in there, feel free. So once again, let me show you. Go to your inbox, type in Fausto, email me again, send whatever it is. We're going to say ECN book. There we go. Send it, Fausto. Yeah, send it to me. Beautiful. So basically, that basically what it is it's called an ECN book. I don't know if anyone's familiar with that term, but those are what are called electronic communication network. Now, let me just explain something to you. I actually helped build those ECNs 30 years ago today. That's why, I'm one of the original SOS bandits. I'm one of the original day traders. So, that's one of the things that you see today. I was actually one of the developers who helped built and made them what they are today, how they came to fruition. So I know the system up and down. And that's why I do so many presentations, brokerage firms, like Thinkorswim, TradeStation, Schwab, all of them, is because if you know how to trade the exchange, you know how to trade the market, it's going to give you a good fighting chance to succeed. The hardest thing to teach is to let you all know is just a lot more of the discipline, the greed factor, and that just comes with experience. All right, Andrew, Kathleen, wow, the same people that emailed me back. That's awesome. Okay. Oh, I got some new people. Victor, I got yours. Yahoo Mail, I don't know who you are. Oh, David Dorn. There you go. Okay, David, there you go. This is why I do that. I ask you that. All right. So anyway, how cool is that? By the way, has any of you ever heard of anybody ever talk about level 3 quotes? We didn't get there. We're going to talk about that next, Andrew. Have any of you ever saw level 3 quotes before? Kevin, you never? Oh, you saw me? You saw me on a different on WC? Okay. Charles, you never saw it before? Okay, good. Just here, Michelle. All right. You saw me on the Wealth Charts event. Okay, Dennis. Good. Well, if you thought this was cool, let me show you level 4 now. Okay. Yes, there is another level. Okay. Now, what basically level 4 is this? Basically, you got the NASDAQ exchange, right? But what about the New York Stock Exchange? Aren't there orders that go on there too? What about the CBOE, right? What about the other institutions? Could you see it? Well, you could aggregate all of them, but I don't want, and not only that, but it does something a little bit better. It puts on a heat map. So now you could actually see it where on the right, you could see the orders, which I know that could be confusing and fast for some of us, but imagine now you could see it on a heat map where you could see those orders in the future. So let me show you some examples. All right. Now, does anybody here have a stock that you want to bring up? Any stock? And we'll have some fun. We'll talk about it. How about NVIDIA? Right? Let's talk about NVIDIA. Right? Anyone give me a stock? I'll bring one up there. Let's talk about NVIDIA. So NVIDIA, I'm going to zoom in over here. And I want to draw some trend lines. 140. Actually, let me get a little closer. Okay. We got resistance. There's a resistance. There's resistance. Support levels here. You got resistance levels there, right? Would you say? So you can see right here, resistance, 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 support, 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 support. Okay. Now, what makes those supports and resistance levels, everyone? What makes those support and resistance levels? Yes. Price action, buyers and sellers. Okay. BNS. You could just write BNS. All right. So let me show you this. Let me clear this out and blow this up on level 4. So we got. So you could see at 140, you got about 2 million shares that would be sold there. 135, not as much, about 1.2 million. At 130, you got about a 1.6 million shares. Okay. If I zoom out of here a little bit further, you could see here, you won't see the millions, but now you're seeing like 125, 120 for about 500,000. You see right here, what's happening over the course of today. Let me bring this up. So today, oh, damn it. I hate doing that. Oh, let me bring this back up. NVIDIA. Okay. So bring this up and let me zoom in here. So you could see here, NVIDIA had a really big resistance levels here around 120. You see that right there? And if you watched it this morning, when it went from like 115 to 120, wasn't that bad. But it stopped. It went from 120 and it came back down and went all the way down 117. Why did it stop at that number? Because you could see it here. This order, and if I zoom in a little bit higher up here, you could see it. There was a big seller out there at 120. Okay. And it hit it and it came back down. And then he added to his order. And you see how that line build up there. It's about 500,000 shares looking to be sold there. Now, can we get past 120? Absolutely, we can get past 120. But we got to get through that 500,000 shares first. You think if I saw the stock at 116 and then at 1030, so knew I was coming up to a 500,000 share seller out there, you think I want to own the stock? Hell, that's a big profit as a day trader. Now, as a swing trader, can you apply this to a swing trading? Absolutely. 125, 130. Now you're seeing all the big orders out there. And that's right. It's all about seeing where everyone is out there to get out of positions. Everybody's like, NVIDIA is it's a great stock. NVIDIA, I get it. But why own a stock when you could buy it cheaper? Why go out there and deal? Why be stuck in something when you could probably trade something else that has less risk, more reward? Right? You don't want to be stuck into something. It happens all the time. One of you brought up Apple. Let's look up Apple. Okay. So Apple, here's your resistance levels. So not only you could apply it as a day trade, you could apply it as a swing trade. Now you could see where the sellers are. Right? Let's look at Apple really quick right here. Let's go back to, let's go here. Let's look at Apple. AAPL. So Apple, on a long-term chart, you could see sellers here and a seller here, right? So you got about 136 and about 130, right? Just like realistic numbers, and maybe even 125, all right? So when you look over here, you can see these lines already there. It's actually 140. It's actually 120, 135. You got 250,000 there. 130, 125. So stock is moving like in 5-cent intervals, right? And if I zoom out a little bit further, you could see here, a little bit more. So let's think about this for a second. How much smarter and better trading decisions if you know where the future orders are? Or, put those limit orders out there. This is called program trading. This is called, this is where the institutions are, where the algorithms are, the AIs are. Just got to know where they are. Now, who here wants to learn more about it? Because this is what I'm going to do. I want to invite all of you to come into my trading room. Okay. And the reason why I do this is because trading is not for everybody, but it should. And the only way you're going to know is you're going to see why Cybertrain University has got a 5-star rating on Google. Have any of you ever seen a 5-star rating on anything, on a restaurant, a hotel? How is that even possible? Okay. Because this is the kind of customer service we do. This is the kind of reputation Cyber Training University has. And not only that, this is why we've been endorsed by more brokerage firms and sponsored than any school in the industry. And let me tell you something. Don't worry about what you read on the internet. Oh, but he has great reviews. Okay, we got them too. But you know how you're dealing with a really good company? When you have companies like Thinkorswim, TradeStation, Tastyworks, NASDAQ, Benzinga. When you have companies like this that do background checks on us, they do credit checks on us to make sure that we're reputable. Because they have a lot to lose. If it's good for them, it's definitely good for you. Okay. And by the way, if anyone goes out there and takes any education with anyone, those are the two biggest things you should look at. Look what brokerage firms endorse them and check out their Google reviews. All right. Now, the thing is this, you need to learn before you can earn. So don't worry about the winners and losers right now. Right now, we got to make sure this is something for us. So I want to invite all of you guys to come into my trading room. I want to show you these iceberg orders. I want to show you and introduce you to the students in the trading room. I want to show you how they think for themselves and how we train them. Okay. Because we want to help you to figure it out on your own. Because my goal here is this. If I could teach you how to trade, we're all going to make money together. And that's what it's about. So this is where it comes down to it. All it's going to cost you is $9. That's it. I'm not looking for free stuff. Okay. I'm not looking for anyone. And the reason why I do for $9, I don't need the $9. I can't even afford to buy a cup of coffee for $9. Okay. But I'm not looking for free people. If you're looking for free stuff, I'm warning you right now, you're going to lose all your money. There's no such things as free lunches. Okay. And I know people don't like people that get free stuff all the time. So the thing is, not in a bad way. It's not public assistance, but the thing is, brokerage firms don't give you free stuff unless there's a catch. Nobody works for free. So the $9 just tells me you're a real person or not. That's all it is. Now, what you're going to get with the $9 is this. You're going to get live audio commentary every day. You're going to have access to our trading room and all the chats and all the orders that we do. We're also going to be show you how to find those live iceberg orders. We're going to give you in depth of live workshops that we do every Tuesday. And we're going to give you those recordings, all that stuff for $9. I'm going to give you workshops. Okay. I'm going to make it so I'm going to stick it in your head to show you if you want to make this successful, I can convert you in less than a week to realize if trading's for you or not. And it all starts with $9. So all you need to do is you can click on the link or take your phone and scan the QR code right on the screen. And this is the deal, ladies and gentlemen. If you feel like I'm wasting your time, I'll give you $9 back. Listen, like I said, I don't need your $9 at the end of the week. I just want to make sure you say who you say you are. Want to make sure you're not a competitor or a heckler or whatever. We get those once in a while, but usually this kind of weeds out that garbage. Okay, that too. All right. Now, questions. I got the link. Going to it right now. Dennis, good. I'm looking forward to see you in there. Does $9 subscription auto renew? Yet, no, it doesn't. Andrew, we are not auto renewing anybody. You don't want to be there. We don't want you there. Okay. You want to be there, then you'll have that discussion when you talk to our staff. And by the way, there's our number on the screen too. I don't think anyone even gives a phone number out there too. Okay. So I don't play that game like some other people do. I don't need the subscription. Okay. You want to be part of the team? Believe me, you're going to pay your fair share. You feel like we're wasting your time, you should continue to move on your own. Now, a couple of things that we kind of address when people talk about, do I need a brokerage account to start? No, you need $9 to start. Okay. Do you need anything to start? No, all you need is that $9. That's all you need. Couple of questions that people also ask. I never heard of level 4 before. Of course they have it. Some people didn't hear level 3 before. The reason why is because they would never trained how to trade from real true market makers. That's it. How big of an account do you need to trade? People always ask questions like that. Hey, you saw that stock I showed you at $1.30, how much it went up. You don't need a lot of money to do this, but the only thing you need right now is that $9. Can these stocks, can I trade these stocks in a regular brokerage account? Yes, you can. You could trade. First of all, I do not trade penny stocks. That's number one. Okay. Not that I have anything against it. It's just that I can't see the big orders on it. That's the reason why. But you could trade this on any one of your accounts. Absolutely. How does the live cyber group trading room experience work? Well, first of all, we have all our instructors in there. Everybody here is going to talk to an education advisor. Everyone here is going to be able to talk to me personally. Okay. We give you that. We're really, really big when it comes to customer service. We want to make sure that you're really making the right decision. You don't want to go in there and then trade blind. So we really, really do that. And you don't need any special software or anything else. This is all pretty much browser-based. All right. Now, like I said, that's it. To get started, take the QR code, scan that code, and get into the room. Fausto, thank you very much for your time. I look forward to exploring your community. Andrew, appreciate it. Okay. By the way, a couple of people are registering right now. Gerard, I got your registration. Welcome aboard. Marina, I just got your registration. Welcome aboard. April, I got yours. Thank you very much. Like I said, let me try it myself. Turn on my camera. Click the QR code. Yeah, there it comes. Just like that. You can do it on your phone or you can do it on your computer. Yeah, Jen, the book viewer costs $15. But before you buy it, let's do that recording first so you can see how it actually works, okay? So don't buy anything without going through that video first, all right? Now, listen, when you fill out the questionnaire, everybody, very important when you fill it out, we're going to ask you a couple of questions because let us know if you've ever been trained before, want to know your style, what you've been taught. If you got a brokerage account, whatever it may be, just make sure you fill that out and answer it up as best your knowledge. Now, this is everything that you're getting. You're getting the trading room for a week. You're getting, we're giving you 3 workshops. We're giving you a Traders Talk library. And as a bonus, the first 20 people that register, I will personally talk to you on the phone myself. Okay. Now, have any of you here ever spoke to the owner of a company before even spending a single dollar? Okay. Well, I do that because, listen, I'm older. I'm 53. I just went to the doctor. Okay. I have an enlarged prostate. Freaked me out. You think I want to talk to the nurse? Okay. I might, I don't know if I had cancer. I don't know if I had anything. My PSAs were high. It was like 8.7. And you know what? I did my homework. I checked out. I didn't just go through the library and picked any doctor. I asked people. I listened to them. Found one of the best doctors here in New York. Just got my PSA yesterday, and it dropped down to 4.7. I just had enlarged prostate because he was able to monitor it and let me know. Now, the reason why I'm sharing that with you is because it's the same reason why people lose money. They're like, I don't need to go to the doctor. I'll just read things on Google. I'll figure it out myself. I don't need to pay anybody to do it. How many of you here are going to take that chance of your life? How many of you here are spending a fortune on medical bills and where you don't have to, but you do because you care about your life. Without that, you're nothing. Well, do you think trading's any different? The difference here is it's only costing you $9. That's it. Now, Sylvia, regarding about you, we tried to call you 5 times. Okay. So this is what I want you to do. Sylvia says we try. No one ever got a hold of you. Sylvia, listen, call our office right now because we've tried calling you several times. I think I've spoken to you. 776 cyber. So there's our number. Give us a call and make sure you get in there. All right. That's the most important thing. We take it very seriously. And if you have any, and if you had any problems, any concerns, email me. Okay. So I'll definitely take it from there. All right. Any other questions, ladies and gentlemen? Any other questions? Thank you for your time, input today, regardless. No problem. Welcome aboard. Welcome to the team. All right. So listen, last chance to register. Money back guarantee, $9. All it is, a 1-week trial. We're not going to charge you anything more than that. You'll be able to talk to me personally. If you're not happy after the week, we'll give you money back. All right. But go out there, learn how to trade, learn how to do it the right way. And we'll go from, and like I said, the worst thing that could happen is you learn if it's not for you or not. The best thing that could happen is you'll probably get there. I'm already signed up, Antone. Good. I'm glad you're in there. And hopefully I look forward to talking to you soon. All right, guys. All right, everybody. Welcome aboard. Look forward to teaching all of you. Listen, if you didn't move forward CTU, I get it. I'm not going to take it personal, but I'm just telling you, if you're going to go out there and you want to, listen, it's the greatest job in the world. It pays a lot of money. Okay. You saw my P&L, right? Pays a lot of money. What is so hard to go out there and do it right? Because when I started, I blew up 2 accounts. Listen, I had an excuse. I was 22 years old. I was stupid. I was ignorant. I don't think we have any 22-year-olds in here. All right. We all know that as an adults and as parents, you know what? Tough love. That's what I do with my traders. You got to have a little tough love, but you wouldn't trust giving some 22-year-old that never learned finance, you know, $500,000 or $100,000. You wouldn't give them probably 50 cents. Right. You probably say, who taught you how to trade? Well, what makes us any different? It's never too late to learn. So, but you got to go out there and learn from somebody. Is level 3 effective on small caps, Ed? Pay the $9 and we'll figure it out. Let me show you how to do it in a week. I can't tell you right now. I don't know what small cap stocks you're looking at. Okay. But some it does, some it doesn't. But until then, Ed, I didn't see you registered yet. Okay. Did you register for the $9 trial? Because I didn't see your name come across. So don't worry about spending 15. Let's worry about spending 9 first. Okay. All right. Well, you got to make that investment. Good. I'm doing medical problems. I have the test coming up next Thursday. You know what, Michelle? That's fine. This is what you could do. Register. And when you're done with your medical problems, like I did, you could always take it after that happens. Okay. But you know what? It's fresh in your mind. And I tell you what's going to happen, Michelle. A week's going to go by, a month's going to go by. You'll get into a trade. You'll probably end up trading and say, oh, yeah, I saw this guy Fausto in Cyber University. And you end up coming back 6 months, a year later and wish you did it then. Just get it out of the way now. Register now. And whenever you're ready to turn it on and get in the room, we'll take care of from there. Okay? It's not like you tied up, you know, putting $1,000 deposit on something that you're not going to use. Right? That's all. All right, traders. Thanks again. See you all in the trading room. And if not, happy trading. And hopefully see you in the future classes. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.